introduce yourself to our audience and what you do, please?
My name is Comrade Ambassador Jibril Idris Kawuje, the former president of the Suleja Student Union, and I'm also the former president Ahmadu Bello University Zaria Student Union Government, and I'm also the former chairman council of 19 Northern State SCG presidents, and currently I'm working as a legislative aide to the Speaker, Right Honorable Abbas, Federal House of Representatives.
So we have a very politicized youth here. So firstly, I have this. Many young Nigerians feel left out of the political process. Yeah, from your position close to the Speaker, what concrete steps are taken to make young people feel that their voices matter in decision making?
Well, actually, first of all, right from inception of this administration of Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin as the 10th Speaker of the Federal House of Representatives, he brought out some policies and agendas, which the slogan of his administration is the People's House. That is our slogan. And the People's House, what we are doing basically from the question you posted out, he has a scheme that carries the youth along. And specifically, I think he is the first person among the speakers, his predecessors, that appointed a youthful person to be his special advisor on youth engagement, which is Mr. Lamir, a former legislative aide to one of the honorable members. So, and basically, he has a lot of policies that are currently benefiting the youth space and the youth angle from his constituency up to the national level. In terms of youth, in terms of sports, and in terms of educating, and if you could remember, I don't know whether you have this record, from his first year in office, there's this thing that we do, which is called on the day of the Children's Day, Nigeria celebrating Children's Day, Speaker Abbas Tajuddin always invite students across the nation to come to the National Assembly and observe plenary session, and even give them a space to come to his own chair, the Speaker's chair, and preside over a sitting. So he does this. He does this in the first year. He does this in the second year this year, and he's going to continue doing it till he leaves office. So they have to educate, empower, and bring up the youthful ones, and bring them into governance. Show them how it works.
I see their work even with the women.
Exactly.
SSA on
women affairs. And also, if you see his policies, that one is a bit a different topic, but let me just chip in a bit. He's trying to, there's a bill now currently that I think it has killed the second reading. He's trying to, the law says that there will be a seat for women in the National Assembly. Though I don't want to dwell into that, is a different topic.
Just saying that some of the people around him are youths, even the women, his SA on women affairs.
His SA on women affairs, his SA special advisor on international affairs, international and policy affairs. I think most of his aides and SAs, if you're going to go through the record, you see that they are youth.
What do you think about the momentum of not too young to run? Has it faded? Or is there still room for youth to push further? Because some of them feel like they are just in that position of SAs and whatnot. They're not giving key and strategic positions to hold and actually make some changes in power to be heard.
Well, let me start from the top. The administration of President Bola Ashwaji Tinubu, if you're going to scroll through his ministerial list, you find out that there are a bit number of youth participation compared to the previous administration. He's minister of youth. He's a very youthful person. He's a minister of interior. and other ministers, they are all youth. And if you can go through the list of appointees, DGs, SAs to the president, you see that there is a high level of representation of youth in this administration in key positions, director generals, special advisors to the president, etc. Then coming down to the National Assembly and House of Representatives, I think this 10th assembly, it is the assembly that has high level of youthful representation. The APC administration brought about Not Too Young to Run bill from later President Muhammadu Buhari, which is a very commendable bill that scaled through, initiative that scaled through. But my problem with the party system is, okay, this party initiated this bill and it scaled through, but the amount of money that is being put on the registration form for people, for youth or for people to purchase and vie for position, it's a bit high. Okay, if you're saying that we've done so and so for youth to come on board and participate, how many youth can you put on board now that can have up to 30 million form registration fee? If they can bring it down, it's going to show the true picture of that bill, that initiative, that skill through, which is Not Too Young to Run.
One could also say that sometimes the problem is in the mindset of our people.
Okay.
Like when you come to the grassroots level, a lot of people will feel like, who is this small child that just grew up in front of us? Why would we just give him positions? Do you think that mindset still exists in this present era that we live in?
Well, that is the major trend currently. That is the major trend. I am not a student of history, but I always want to refer back to history. The Nigeria of today that we're seeing, what Nigeria has become today, what we're benefiting today, is a project of our founding fathers. They led this country at the age of 20s and 30s. Tafawa Balewa was 20-something, 30-something. Muhammadu Buhari was 27. The likes of Abacha, Sardauna, Yakubu Gowon, they led this country at their youthful ages. Thank you. So I believe if we could be given an opportunity, we're going to do far better. But I still have a bit problem with our youth today, which is something I always preach when I have an opportunity like this to speak to like minds. We shouldn't allow a chicken change to change our mindset, to allow us to sell our integrity. Money shouldn't be the focus. The driving force, thank you.
I have so much problems with that. Patriotism
should be number one. Let's be our brother's keepers. Let's focus on developmental issues. Though I believe resources is a driving force, but that shouldn't be the center of everything that we're doing. So we should keep money aside. We shouldn't be agent of politicians that will be giving us chicken change to sell our integrity, to deceive ourselves, to sell our brothers, to sell our country, to sell our patriotism.
So that is the main problem with that.
Yeah, that's
the local community.
That's the big problem that is affecting that is the difference between us, the current generation, and the previous generation of our founding fathers. But if we can be able to manage this, if we can be able to solve this problem, I believe we're going to do far better than our founding fathers. Why? Because we're in the era of technology. We have more information. We are privileged with your phone. You can tap and get what's happening in Dubai, what's happening in UK, in London, etc. So we are closer to information than our founding fathers. So I believe if we're going to manage that aspect of, you understand, selling ourselves because of chicken change, we are going to do far better than our founding fathers.
That's good. So from your own perception, how can youth balance activism on social media and alongside real political engagement on ground?
Well,
like you say, we live in a global world.
Yeah. Right. Well, I believe information is very important. Information is key. And now, if you want to sell anything you do, you have to be on the social media, on the social space. But the problem with, let me say, Nigeria is there are no rules and regulations that govern and that guide the social media space. In countries like Korea, the Asian countries, they have rules that guide how you operate on the social media.
So from your personal opinion,
yeah,
how do you think youth can balance the social media activism and real political engagement on ground?
Well, like I said earlier, the problem with Nigeria is we don't have, or even if there is, the rules and the guiding principles that will govern us and the use of social media, it's very poor. In the Asian countries like South Korea, Japan, China, etc., they have strict rules that should be maintained and followed in the use of social media. And there are laws that if you are found wanting in breaking any rules, the law will they have a strict punishment for that, and the government take it very serious.
I think we have rules. What is happening is we don't have enough done by the Ministry of Communication.
Yeah, that was why I said it's very poor. The way we manage things here, or the way we manage how the social media space is being used by the way the government manage the situation is very poor.
So which do you think is more effective? Political engagement on ground or that of the social media?
Well, politics is to be honest with you, politics starts from the grassroots. If you don't get the grassroots, forget about it. So the grassroots first is very, very important, and also the social media aspect is very, very key, because the social media aspect gives you an opportunity to reach out to a wider range of population. With almost everybody having access to phone now, you can easily send a message, and a lot of people, thousands and millions of people will get access to it. Your message could be reached to where you want it to. So the aspect of it has more advantage, but the problem is we are abusing it. So there has to be strict rules and guiding principles on the way we use social media, and that is an aspect of the government. The government needs to do more on that aspect from the Ministry of Information.
Okay. So being the legislative aid to the speaker, in your personal view, what keeps you motivated to serve despite the challenges in our political space?
If I look at my fellow colleague, my brother, my neighbor, and see the situation we're in, I would just feel like folding my arms, it's never going to be a solution. So one has to make a move, one has to drive that force, and you're not going to get anything on a platter of gold. The transformation of the United States of America, when the likes of Abraham Lincoln fought for the freedom of America, the likes of Martin Luther King, they did that with their lives. They gave their lives to the masses to save the country. Now look at the U.S. U.S. is a driving force of the global economy and the rest. Anything you do, United States is at the forefront because their founding fathers sacrificed their lives, comfort, and everything for the masses of the United States. So likewise here in Nigeria, we have to also give our lives for Nigeria, even if we're not going to benefit. One person has to say, I'll have to do it, even if it will take my life. We have the likes of them. The likes of Sardauna, Tafawa Balewa, Nnamdi Azikiwe, and the rest give their life for Nigeria. But it was so unfortunate that at a point in time, things go wrong. If Sardauna today will come back to Nigeria and see what is happening today, he would rather go back to his grave, because that was not the northern Nigeria he fought for. That was not the Nigeria of his dream. Likewise, President Umar Musa Yar'Adua, You saw what he has done in his own tenure, in a little time he has governed this country. So the youth today, we have to understand that change begins with me. Change begins with you and I. And for change to come, the only thing that is constant in life is change. We have to accept that. We have to accept that. We have to accept that sacrifice should be key. We have to keep personal interest aside. So this thing always drives me to keep on pushing, that I know that one day we are going to get it right.
On the final note,
Okay.
do you have any message for Nigerians, for politicians, for anybody, anything that could end the
Well,
with us?
my fellow youth and fellow Nigerians, I want to call on you to always put Nigeria first, to always be patriotic. Without patriotism, we're never going to get it right.
Thank you so much. To end our interviews, we do uphold patriotism, like you have said, and we have our interviewees say the national pledge, because that crowns it all.
Yeah, exactly.
I pledge Nigeria,
With my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to defend her unity, and uphold her honor and glory. So help me God.